happens to shit. And shit goes to just... Yeah, come on. Okay. Dames here, Masters Young, and welcome back to F1 2021, and I am joined by David.
Hey!
Welcome back to the F1 2021 season podcast as well.
Yeah, I don't know if you're ever going to see a little peek behind the curtain that this is our second attempt at this podcast. I don't know if you'll actually see the first one or not.
No.
Okay, right, well, we tried to do it in RimWorld, and RimWorld has been about as cooperative as a very stubborn cat.
That
So
doesn't
we've
like
we've kicked it into the curb, and
that doesn't like getting its claws trimmed.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh right, yeah. Because if I remember, yeah, I remember I completely did what I did last season, last episode. I had to completely go for a new build, didn't I? I wanted to go for a new build for France.
I've done the same.
Because I was struggling, wasn't I, last?
I'm just checking my R&D to see if there's anything in here I've pretty much got developments going by the looks of it.
Yeah, I've got developments going. So...
Plus there's all the stuff I've gained as freebies from completing practice sessions.
The stuff that you've managed to boost down if you've not got 100% on it, yeah. Yeah, because I'm not doing so good here, because I'm currently sat in 8th in the standings.
I think I'm lower than you, aren't I?
You're not,
No, I'm
you're
third.
Yeah, because...
I've got nearly half the points of Bottas.
Yeah, because I finished 16th in Canada because I really struggled. And Matt...
Yeah, but I've had 3 DNFs on the bounce. I've had 2 wins and 3 DNFs. I either win or don't finish.
you had 2 wins, whereas I had a second in Bahrain, didn't finish Spain, didn't finish Spain, didn't finish Monaco, obviously, because that's where you took your first DNF. We both... I had that major fucking crash in Azerbaijan.
I tried to enter the pit lane at Mach 3.
You screwed yourself over, and you didn't finish at Canada.
What did I do at Canada? Oh, I think I spun it. It wasn't Wall of Champions. I hit the inner wall, didn't I?
Yeah.
I think I took the last bend too fast, spun the car, and hit the inside wall, if I remember right. Right, France. Come on, David. This is going to work.
Yeah. Whereas if you look at Azerbaijan, look at how many DNFs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, only 3 cars finished, didn't they?
Yeah, but that's the funniest thing. To prove that, obviously, anybody that hadn't seen the clip of it, have a look on Twitch, look on the Twitch.
Yeah.
But
Bottas from Norris, from Russell.
yeah,
They're the only finishers. Oh, brilliant.
You would have finished if you hadn't macked yourself into the pit wall.
Yeah.
So, we're going to attempt the podcast while doing the French Grand Prix.
Yep. I can't remember if we did... I think we did practice at the very least, didn't we?
I think we're into the race.
Hope at least one of my things didn't work.
I think every one of mine
had a
worked.
major issue on the production
Oh no, I
line earlier
didn't.
this week, so the entire development package for this weekend has failed.
Oh, you
New
absolute...
developments will need to be ordered from the R&D screen.
Okay. Is that the only ones that did? No, they did. Ah, that didn't. Bugger. Okay, that's that done. I'm done.
Give me a second.
Yeah, no rush. So, to repeat the question that I asked you earlier, how much of the weekend did you see? I didn't see practice, I didn't see practice, I only saw qualifying, sprint, race. That was it for me.
I saw quali, sprint, race. I saw a little bit of race of P3, but not all.
Right, you're waiting for me now. Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Let's work out with it. So sprint race. Obviously, bad luck for Gasly. Like slight knock, lost front wing. Very lucky that it could have been a lot worse because when front wings go under the fronts of cars like that.
Oh yeah, it's like I said.
Yeah. You know, I've seen it before. Front wing goes under a car, and by God, they become a problem for air traffic control if they're not careful.
Yeah, well, this is obviously take 2, but take 1. But yeah, it's lucky he tobogganed it. He bobsledded it instead of
into the barrier, then back out and nearly back out the gravel trap again. I thought he was going to slide it all the way back to pit.
But have we not?
Maybe
we didn't do practice.
Oh well, that gives us a chance to talk.
Yeah.
For those that haven't seen this before, we do the quick practice because we don't want you to have to sit through 3 hours of us practicing.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, we don't want to sit through 3 hours of us practicing.
No.
But,
so to be fair, it was a case
the sprint was over so fast.
Yeah.
Which I know sounds stupid because they had only 18 laps, but 18 laps of Monza was like less than half an hour. I think it was just over half an hour because they had the that's what I'm looking for. Because they had the safety car.
Yeah.
It was such a short little section, but
yeah.
I mean, fair play to Bottas. He drove like somebody who's trying to say to a team, "Fuck you for not re-signing me next year."
Well, he went on to win the sprint, and it's like,
yeah, took his 3 points. Hamilton got 0.
Yeah. Okay, I've run out.
But then, unfortunately, due to having to take taking new engine components, was then starting from the back.
Yeah, started from the back of the grid. But it was a case of...
It was a case of Hamilton got away poorly. You watch Hamilton start, and he just...
he got
I tell you
wheels.
what, Norris fucking completely off the track, heading towards a green barrier, kept his foot in,
yeah,
to go round the outside of Hamilton.
Well, he had Norris to the right, Danny
to the left.
To the
Gasly
left.
was looking for a gap wherever he could find one.
Yeah. Actually, I've got to... okay, weather's going to be okay for the race. But, yeah, it was a case of just, like... Hamilton had nowhere to go. He was just filling
it was Gasly who was left with nowhere to go, hence why he ended up clipping the back of Danny.
Yeah. No, but I meant in the sprint.
No, I mean in the sprint, because it was Gasly ended up behind Danny. Rick got left with nowhere to go into that first corner.
Slightly clipped.
Which broke his front wing, which is what caused...
Yeah, the torpedo.
Yeah.
I just hope... It just didn't feel right with Kimmy not being there. And it's not going to feel right come 2022.
Well, we all knew the day was coming.
I've got one more. I've got at least another practice session because I.
So I think I've completed everything with a practice session to spare.
I haven't. Unfortunately.
All objectives complete. I've got 5 minutes of this session left, and a full session afterwards.
Jesus.
Well, the game's been generous to me tonight. When's he gonna? He's gonna come and take it back in the race, I'm sure.
Yeah. But no, I'm. 2022 is going to be interesting to see. I want to know who's... See, Aston Martin haven't actually even announced their driver lineup for next year. They won't.
No.
I don't think they'll get rid of Seb.
I don't think they're not going to get rid of Stroll, are they? I don't think he's going to keep out his dad's team somehow. And let's be fair. I mean, as much as he got shit for being, in his daddy's team. He when he puts his mind to it, he's not bad.
He's not...
okay, he kind of mugged Vettel off a little bit at the start of the race.
Yeah, just a bit.
But anyway, so if we go rattle on to the race, and then whatever happened to the Alpha Tauris? They had a bit of a day to forget.
Yes, they did, didn't they?
Considering it was their home soil.
Yeah.
It was also good to see Vin Diesel on the grid. Do you reckon there's going to be an F1 car in the next Fast and Furious film?
Well, wasn't it Ted that turned round to him and said, "Do you think you could drive one of these cars?" Or something like that.
I was sort of messing. I think I was making a brew or something. I suddenly looked up, and there he is taking a picture with Lewis Hamilton.
Mm.
I'm freaking Vin Diesel. Christ.
Well, there's Usain Bolt as well.
Yeah, there was Usain Bolt. There was that Olympic 100-metre. I'm guessing he was an Italian, was he? He waved the flag.
Yeah. He was an Italian.
Because if you notice, before the sprint race, they were taking pictures of him.
Mm.
I was thinking, if they're going to set him off at the same time as the cars, I know where my money's on. And then we get to the race. I think.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, we always knew the McLarens were going to go for it at the start. And fair play to Danny Rick.
I mean, okay, to take on Max, but Max, I saw something like Max say, you know, if you get past me, I'll defend or whatever. Whether that was a joke in post or what.
No, well, Max and Hamilton. I mean, Martin talked about it during commentary, and he's right. They weren't going to do anything stupid.
Oh no, well,
and we're going to come on to something in a little bit, but I mean, there was absolutely no point at all of Max or Lewis taking themselves out trying to pass a McLaren.
Yeah, there was no point.
I mean, we're going to get on to when they did get a bit stupid in a little bit, but there was no point them risking. I mean, they said it all the way through the sprint because Hamilton basically spent the entire sprint race tucked in behind Norris and then spent a good portion of the race doing the exact same thing.
Yeah. But Norris was not having any of Hamilton's bullshit.
We know that McLaren's a good car, like I say, and it's one thing I will say, to watch them cars come out that line 1-2 today, when it was only, 2 seasons ago with Alonso?
Yeah.
When they were failing to even make the... I still remember, was it Sochi that year, that Alonso's cars died before he got to the grid?
Yeah.
It died on, like, the formation lap. Literally the lap round, because we were all trying to get him voted as driver of the day, because he literally did nothing wrong.
But I still think everybody on the last day of Abu Dhabi should vote Kimi.
I want to do it because I just want to hear the interview with him.
Yeah.
I also, can we point out something that I didn't notice during the race? Did Ricciardo set fastest lap on the last lap?
Yes, he did. He took fastest lap on the last lap.
I could see something about that. I know Bottas had it for most of the race.
Yeah, and then Danny got it on the last lap.
Yeah. That was always Seb's trick, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was
last lap.
He was saving the juice for the last lap, and yes, he took the point. It's like, fair play, Danny, fair play. But
yeah, I mean, I know you're a big Danny Rick fan. I have nothing against him. I just always think he's the same as Hamilton for me. That he's now on the back end of his career, but fair play, given the chances, he's still got the abilities.
Oh yeah, he's got the ability, but he's got it. I think this is what he needed this.
Yeah, needed someone to get his spirit. He kind of went how Vettel went in his last year at Ferrari.
Yeah.
Because we know it wasn't the last year at Ferrari was not the same Seb Vettel.
No.
And you look at him now in the Aston and he seems a lot happier, and
yes,
I think a lot of the time the results are speaking for themselves.
Well, yeah. Apart from the unfortunate DS disqualification.
Which I'm not taking that off him because that wasn't his fault.
No, it wasn't.
Right, I will confirm that steering wheel thing is correct because my steering wheel now says P1.
Ooh, P2.
So that steering wheel thing is correct.
Yeah, P2.
Wow, look at the time difference though.
Yeah, I made a balls up in Sector 3 as usual.
But yeah, Danny Rick, he's looked a little. I think it's been a combination because he's been outshone by Norris most of the time.
Yeah.
And I think he's just struggled to maybe get his head in the game properly. Obviously, we don't know the guy. We can't speak for him.
No.
But I think something like this, and McLaren in their championship battle with Ferrari, this is huge.
Yeah, and I mean, this, like I said, the summer break has done some good. Because
they're the only team to have a 1-2 this season so far.
Yeah, I mean that's
that's insane. Considering we've gone through this many years of it's a Merc, and a Red Bull, it's a Merc, and a Red Bull, oh it's a Red Bull, a Merc, and a Merc, oh it's a Merc, and a Red Bull. You know, we've now got well. So yeah, it was great to see the McLarens up there. There was a lot, I mean, I actually voted for Bottas as driver of the day because I feel that his drive was superb.
From starting from the back.
Okay. He had a brand new engine in the back, which was clearly helping him a lot. You could see the speed that car had.
Oh yeah.
But then I think he made a slight mistake when he got the mediums on that. I think he pushed too hard too early.
He did.
Burnt the mediums out and then was struggling.
Yes. He did. Like I said, I think he burnt out. He burnt out a bit too. A bit.
Just took too much out of the tyres too fast. We saw in the first stint. Now, okay, the cars are a lot heavier because they've got more fuel in. But we saw the medium shod tyres were struggling earlier than they all thought.
Yeah.
Maybe the track was a little bit hotter, maybe, I don't know, the wind, but for some reason it was just hurting them more than the teams were expecting.
Yeah. You ready?
I'm ready, I'm waiting for you. Basically, I usually do the fast you, but I'm not pressing start now because I know you normally. Yeah, you got a better start than I did. Oh, stop trying to squeeze me! Bloody hell, where did Bottas come from?
I know, I think he got your slipstream.
Well, I made sure I gave you room, mate.
I know.
You can't put anything on me there. Plus, don't forget, I think we run the cars probably a bit heavier than the AI manage.
Yeah.
I've got 30 laps of fuel in, I don't know about you.
No.
What have you got in?
29 point.
Oh, I put a little bit more in than you did then.
How the fuck? He's got my slipstream. I was going to say, how the fuck is he keeping up with me?
Okay, I got a tentative. I literally completely missed the braking zone there and picked up a penalty for it.
Ah.
I thought I was slowing down enough, but obviously not. But yeah, so then we're going to have to talk about it, the incident.
Yeah,
And of course by that I mean the one that Giovinazzi got turned into the wall.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
there's Giovinazzi and then obviously
Giovinazzi and
Kubica as well.
Now I will say, and I've said this actually off air to you, I think Gio's been given a bit of a curry up by the bosses, and he's actually the last 2 or 3 races. I think we've seen a different Giovinazzi.
Yeah. He
seems to really have stepped up a gear.
It's a bit of an Albon situation. I mean, okay, obviously Albon coming back in 2022, not a good move. I
don't think it is as well, but then again, I realise this is horrible to say, but I never really... The first time he just never seemed... we're saying this when Perez isn't exactly shining glory on himself. As much as I expected him to be, which is slightly disappointing as I was a big supporter of him.
When he was at Racing Point.
Maybe he's just proving that Red Bull is very difficult if your name isn't M. Verstappen.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But then again, we say that. Perez is still 5th in the championship.
Yeah.
You know, there's only Norris ahead of him apart from the Mercs. There's only really Norris who's out of place where you would expect. That's just because Norris is having a blinding season.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's... Yeah, the Albon move, I'm not really sure. But then again, I'm still not sure where the Bottas to Alpha move is really coming from.
Well, the reason being... I was reading something, actually.
But yeah, you can read.
Well, to a degree. To a degree. Bottas and the Alpha boss have always kept in touch.
Right. Well, because you're thinking Alpha is like Sauber, aren't you? You're thinking Alpha are the old.
Well,
now Bottas, because he started in Williams, didn't he? He went Williams Merc. He's never driven.
No. But he's always been good friends with the team principal at Alpha. So
it's funny, you know. I was listening on my way back
because of his Formula 2 days, Bottas's Formula 2 days. That's how that relationship has come with Alfa Romeo, and I squirreled myself up there a little bit. Well, you're running max top speed, are you?
No, I'm just running increased.
Okay, fair enough.
I never have the balls to go max.
Oh, I'm not. The only time I ever go max is Monza. I am running increased here, but
yes, so am I.
I've got to think that everybody else is on soft compared to us, and they have the slight speed advantage.
Had a big sideways moment.
So yeah, that's
how the session.
Didn't get that message.
Well, I did.
That's why the Alpha relationships happen. That's why I think Alpha have always been, you know, looking at Bottas regardless, because they understand that this is the whole thing to do with the Merc-Russell thing. They know Bottas had to be compliant with Hamilton.
Yeah.
Now, today slightly proved when Hamilton's out of said equation, Bottas is free to do whatever the fuck he wants.
And he can actually deliver.
And he can deliver. Now, like the whole thing where we mentioned the whole fastest lap abort, fastest lap, going for the fastest lap thing. Because Hamilton...
Someone's come off ahead of you, there's a yellow flag ahead.
Because Hamilton was still involved, he had to be lapdog. He had to be compliant. Now,
let's be honest, we were all expecting during the sprint race for Bottas to be told to move over. That was just made kind of difficult when 3 cars got in between them.
Yeah. We kind of did. I was expecting that. If Hamilton had been there, I was expecting Bottas to be told to move over, and I was...
Yeah.
And to be honest, I would have expected a response from Bottas of, why the hell should I? No, seriously, why should he have moved over for Lewis? Because at the end of the day, yes, okay, Lewis is going for the championship, like we've said before, but Bottas, you know, why should Bottas have to play second fiddle? And that is why him going to Alpha is a good thing. I know it's obviously Alfa Romeo, but...
Plus, let's be honest, let's not forget, next year, new car rules, Alpha could be somewhere near the front. We do not know yet.
We don't know. We don't know what's happening with these cars. It's going to put everybody on a level playing field, including Hamilton and Russell. Now, Toto commented and said, well, there's going to be no... there's going to be no team orders like the way it is with Hamilton and Bottas, and I'm thinking, bullshit, Toto. Honestly, that's what I thought was bullshit, because you're still going to do it, you're just not...
I think the way Merc plays, there'll be no team orders until one of them is clearly ahead. Because if Russell happens to get out the blocks better and ends up ahead, I've no doubt Merc are not, as much as we call them out, Merc would not try and spin it round.
No. And I hope...
I think they realise it would be up there with the classic Fernando is faster than you moment for Ferrari.
Yeah.
It would be so obvious to the world what they were doing that they would never live it down.
No. And to be honest, this is going to sound wrong, I want Russell next season to wipe the fucking floor with Hamilton. Because apparently...
It would be nice, wouldn't it?
Because Russell has so much fucking potential.
Oh, yeah.
Saki approved it.
Heck, he's already finished ahead of Hamilton while in the Williams this season.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, the particular race in question is something different, but still I love saying that because it just sounds so good. He's got a second place in a Williams.
Yeah.
He scored points today. It kind of flew under the radar because of all this shit that was going on elsewhere, but he finished 9th.
Yeah. But... I kind of knew Monza was going to be difficult for Williams. Because Williams doesn't...
their car's not a top speed car,
No,
is
I know. No.
Theirs is a handling car.
No,
And
yeah.
Monza is the temple of speed.
Of course. Now, Sochi might be an entirely different story.
No, I have Sochi down as more of a speed track. To me, it's more of a speed track again, but...
No, it's not. I wouldn't reckon so. Yes, it has a couple of good fast bits, but why do you think we always say it's a snooze fest? Why do you think we say we have better racing on here than we do? Than we do.
Then we seem to get a race to watch.
Yeah.
But you have to mine and Alan's coming together at Sochi, which look out for that episode soon, folks, in the 3-player.
Oh yeah.
I still have the footage from my side of that. I mean, I still say that I did nothing wrong. I wasn't cutting across. We just happened to end up.
Well, when 1.10 drops for this, we might be seeing could be seeing a new track.
Hopefully, from what I'm reading, I'm getting the impression they're going to release them one at a time. I really am.
So Jeddah will be the last one, and we've still got that agreement.
Oh yeah, and I still stand by it.
But
anyway,
we're getting a bit sidetracked.
This is how we do. Anyone who's watched these podcasts before knows this is how we operate.
Yeah.
But what was I going to say? Right, so we've discussed the Giro. Now let's go on to the main part of the day.
Well,
which is the Pirelli tattoo on Hamilton's forehead.
Well, obviously there was Kubica, then there was the bloody Hasses falling over each other again. It was a bit like it was a bit banger cars out there because
oh yeah,
Vettel and Mick Schumacher will be too heavy with Mick Schumacher.
Vettel probably give Stroll some strong words because Stroll basically hung him out to dry.
Yeah,
and he lost about 3 places.
Well, Mick and Vettel had a bit of a coming together.
Yeah, and then uncharacteristically, Red Bull botched a pit stop.
It's because of this new pissing pit
system,
stop regulations. Bollocks! Like Ted was explaining in the notebook,
The car behind has started to drop back. There's a gap beginning to form.
that on the wheel guns, so they lock the nut in and they have to press a button on the gun, and apparently the mechanic that was doing the tyre kind of forgot that, so they had to put the gun on, tighten it and press the button again. There was a reason behind. That's what Christian Horner was on about after the race. There was like human error, which was basically we fucked up because of this whole button bollocks. This was the whole reason they got rid of the button shit, because they then did the automated, but because of all the shenanigans and shit that's happened during the automated.
Which we should probably actually, that's one thing we have kind of glanced over before we talk about. The shenanigans in Q3. When Aston Martin and was it Alpine got to 5 apiece.
Yeah.
I mean, Monza famously, I still remember that year when Monza, when we had half the cars didn't manage to set a lap because they were all hanging around trying to get slipstreams from each other.
2019.
Was that 19?
Was it 2019 or 2020? It was one of the years.
It wasn't 2020, it wasn't COVID year, it was before that.
Yeah, it's 2019 then. It was the year Leclerc won it.
Yeah, but you know, them shenanigans in Q3 where the Aston Martin nearly got, and I hate saying this because it sounds wrong going after the race, but nearly got let out the pit on top of Hamilton.
Yeah.
Hamilton and Vettel got very close.
Vettel nearly didn't even make it at one point because of the two Hasses squabbling over each other again.
Just for a change.
Yeah. Vettel was on the flying lap.
Oh, there was 2 or 3 moments where cars were on flying laps, other cars were on very cool down laps, and there's going to be a colossal accident at some point.
Yeah, it's shit. They give them.
But then again,
1 minute.
Maybe that was because this. And how do you sort of regulate against it? There's not a lot.
Well,
I don't want them going out on track one at a time.
No, but
that to me isn't right.
They are regulating it. 1 minute.
Well, there is currently a minimum time they can do the cool down laps in there.
Well, it was a minute and 43 for Monza, minute and 43 from the safety car line to the safety car line, or whatever it is, and that is a long time considering.
When a flying lap's like 1 minute 20.
Yeah.
1 minute 19.
Yeah, so no wonder they take the piss a bit. And apparently there's a whole gentleman's agreement, and it's like, yeah, somebody really needs to scrap that agreement and something else needs to be brought in, because it's just nuts.
It's also like, I mean, touring cars have come up with this system because they have a similar problem, because their qualifying system, to me, it's like a 30-minute open track. And they've come up with a system where if you're on a flying lap, you turn the headlights on.
Well, Formula 1 cars
can't do that because they've not got headlights. But what I'm saying is to come up with a system where they can know which cars are trying to...
Yeah, but Formula 1 cars can't do that, so that's why they struggle.
But, yeah, so then back into the race. So we got through all that. We got to the first round of pit stops. See, Red Bull majorly botched their pit stop.
Mercedes.
Merc kind of botched their pit stop, and then the end result was 2 cars literally occupied the same piece of tarmac.
Now, it was Red Bull. Max got squeezed to the green, into the first...
Max got squeezed, but now, for those who maybe don't follow social media, we should say that Max has been given a penalty. I think we both don't agree with that, but...
I honestly, like I said, you guys know me, you guys know I'm a Red Bull and a McLaren fan. And I'm not disagreeing with what the hell happened. I am going to take the stance that, to me, should either have been put down as a racing incident, or, like I said to you off air, they both should have incurred a grid penalty. Because Max isn't solely to blame when the stewards, whoever the fuck they are, needs their fucking eyes testing, honest to God. If they couldn't see Hamilton squeezing him...
I suppose their argument will be that Max had ample opportunity to back out of it.
So did Hamilton.
I'm playing devil's advocate here because I think we're both actually in agreement, but...
Yeah, we are.
For the sake of discussion, I'm sort of giving...
No, I know, I get what you're getting at. Max could have backed out, yes, but like I also said to you off air, if Max had gone over the sleeping policeman on the chicane, he could have ended up in the side of Hamilton either way.
Yeah, but at least that'd have been in the side and not on top of.
No.
Which, once again,
that's probably the only action.
We've got to put this one on air that I was never a fan of the Halo. You will find ample podcasts where I said how much I disliked the idea. I think it was stupid.
Yeah.
But by God, it did a good job today.
The Halo stopped. Well,
I'm willing to eat a bit of humble pie and say that probably was.
Yeah, but you got to think. There's also Grosjean. If we go back to Grosjean and go back to Bahrain, the Halo. What was it? What did I make? The Halo stops you getting a Halo.
Yeah. Well, I've caught back mark here. I don't know what's gone on.
Who is it?
Kimmy.
Oh, okay. Don't know.
But are you starting to struggle with tyre grip a little bit?
Why? Because you're pulling away?
No, the opposite. I'm struggling.
Yeah, no, I'm starting to... Yeah, I think I've just done what Bottas did and just absolutely shitted on the tyres earlier on.
I mean, I'm assuming you're pitting soon, because I know I am.
Oh, I will be pitting soon. Yes, I will be pitting soon.
But yeah, the last couple of laps, I seem to have really started having a few...
dropping off. Oh yeah, I've been getting my tyre messages popping up. But yeah, no, the halo stopped Hamilton from being a halo. Or getting a halo himself.
I mean, when you look at the damage to like the air intake on the top of the Merc.
Yeah, like I said to you, I said if they didn't have the halo, that would have broken his neck.
Oh yeah.
Because of the weight of the car, that would have broke his neck, clearly, and we'd have been they'd have cancelled that race, and you'd be mourning Sir Lewis Hamilton. Yeah. And I don't like giving him the Sir title. And I know that sounds bad. I just kind of really don't think he deserved that. When there was other people that.
I stand by what I'd said long ago. To me, nobody in F1 should have had that Sir title before the great Murray Walker.
Murray Walker. Yeah, Murray Walker should have got it.
Because a knighthood was always referred to as you get it for services to the British public. Now, there's nobody in F1 did more for the public
than Murray Walker.
Than the voice of Formula 1. But that's taking us a bit off topic here.
But yeah, no, it was pretty much. I mean, God knows how. The F1 must have separate diffs. Unless it damaged the back end.
That's what they said, because only one will, unless it broke a drive shaft or something.
Yeah, because...
I would imagine an F1 car, they won't have a locking diff, because they'll have no need. They could have a limited slip, which allows some... Because I'm going to assume that I don't need to teach you how a diff works. I'm going to assume you know that.
You don't have to.
And I'm going to assume most people listening to this, if you don't, have a quick Wikipedia look up diffs. Most diffs in like road cars allow a certain amount of variation between the tyres.
Yeah. Because
they need to, because when you go around a corner, the tyre on the outside has to move slightly faster. Because it's covering a greater distance.
Yeah.
That's diff 101. Now, like I said, there's different kinds. So you can get locking diffs, which you generally find in off-road vehicles.
Yeah.
Which basically, when a diff locks, allows no variation. Wheels turn together. They're good in low grip. Just like I say, off-road trucks tend to have them because they're good in low grip.
Yes.
You can have a fully open diff, which would allow one wheel to turn, the other not to. Or you can have what they call a limited slip, which allows a certain amount of variation, but not a lot. That's what most road cars will have. Now you also get like people weld diffs for drifting and stuff, but I'm trying to give a very basic overview for anybody who maybe isn't completely familiar. But anyway, so maybe it broke a drive shaft, but then again no, because if it broke a drive shaft, neither wheel would turn.
No, that's what I mean. So it looks
because
like
the power will follow the path of least resistance.
Yeah, so it looks like it's a limited slip.
Which would make a little bit of sense because you don't want.
Which, to be honest, it's very like they were saying at commentary. It's very lucky that other wheel didn't spin.
Also, when Hamilton was trying to get his car back out again, can you imagine if Verstappen had been halfway through getting out and it had moved and dropped the car?
Yeah. Why didn't they just tell him to turn the engine off? Because
Plus, I don't think he'd have got back racing because he had wing damage and all sorts.
His rear wing was... You saw the rear wing get taken clean off.
And I can't imagine the car would have been that fast with all that damage to the air pod at the top and...
Yeah.
But, you know, it's, the beautiful point is from the championship that he sort of nullified the result, didn't he? Because we've ended up at the same position we were at the end of the sprint. I mean, if it had been a case where one of them would have got out and not the other.
Yeah, apart from the constructors.
I haven't looked at the constructors because obviously Perez scored a few points, Bottas did.
Yeah, so it's changed the constructors.
McLaren will have had a good call for the constructors.
it's changed the constructors, but it actually hasn't changed. It hasn't
also,
changed.
is everybody else really annoyed by those half points?
Yeah, the commentators
it really
are.
annoys me. It really annoys me as well when you look at it, it's like half a point. It's like, Christ, couldn't they just round it?
Yeah. But it's the way the FIA have set these stupid fucking things out.
Yeah, that Belgian Grand Prix, which, yeah. I think we did touch on that in the previous.
Yeah, we did.
It's funny, you know, because I was listening on the way back before the race. I was listening to Crofty talk to one of us from the radio I was to. And it was actually, the one I was listening to was recorded between Spa and Holland.
Yeah.
A little bit more one, so I was listening to it. And he was talking, and obviously, wherever this Bottas to Alpha, because the exact words on this podcast were, anybody in Alpha who's learnt Finnish, it's not wasted now Kimi's leaving. Because it was recorded the day after Kimi's retirement was announced. But just the way he said that, I'm thinking, obviously we then actually knew what was happening.
What did he say? Anybody that learnt Finnish at Alpha...
Anybody who's taken the time to learn Finnish in the Alfa Romeo team, it's not wasted just because Kimi's leaving.
And that was between that... That was before the announcement.
So obviously it was...
Ooh.
I wouldn't say well known, but I would say it was going around the F1 world. At that point.
Yeah, but anybody that actually listens to that radio would know then. But...
Would have a good idea
yeah,
what he meant.
Yeah, but other than, like, me, who
well,
doesn't...
Obviously, I didn't listen to it at the time, I listened to it back.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like we say, it's going to be something for Bottas because he doesn't have to play second fiddle, and it's something that might become good if Alpha can do.
Yeah. Hey, look, if Alpha can do what Williams have done, which is come from the back.
No,
Williams, McLaren, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like I say, we said it once already tonight. You know, 3 years ago, that McLaren car was the joke.
Yeah.
And it finished 1-2 today.
Yeah. And
there's no reason that Alpha can't do the same thing.
No. Well, everybody will be on level. Everybody will be on sort of level playing fields, but it depends how people develop their 2022 cars.
We could be sat here after the first 6 years watching a Haas 1-2.
Oh, don't say that. Yeah, well, Haas haven't developed this year's car, have they? So they've been putting most of their money
into 2022.
Into 2022.
I mean, we know Red Bull brought a lot of floor upgrades to this one, didn't they? Which I guess Hamilton got a really good look at. Can probably draw some nice detailed pictures of.
But ideally, he wouldn't be allowed to say anything now. He probably would. Oh, fuck, backmarkers. Where did they come from?
They pitted the same lap as I did.
Oh, right, okay.
So, right, you missed how I usually gained about 8 seconds on me because I had a spin in the last section. Luckily, didn't hit anything and was able to gather it back up, but...
Didn't see any yellows, though.
No, because I literally just spun it, got it... But I did lose about 8 seconds to you.
Come on, boys, I'm not squabbling with you. Move over.
It's,
Fuck off, Russell.
And Russell in here.
I've now had to come off the track because Russell basically darted off the racing line and then darted back on it. It was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's Russell and Mazepin.
No, I've got spin in front of me.
Oh,
be Russell and
Mazepin, yeah, that's what you're looking at. I've now got Schumacher in front of me. And I've met him at the worst possible place on the track you could meet a back marker.
Unless that was Latifi. Could be Latifi,
no, it was Russell.
Russell.
I passed him a couple of laps ago.
Yeah, it's Russell and somebody else. There's 2 cars. Because
it was Russell and Mazepin were together, unless Mazepin's got away from him.
Mazepin's got away from him. Spin's got away from him, so... Because I'm just still trying to get past Spin. He's causing me real issues. Fucking get over.
Told you, Schumacher, it wasn't his fault I met him in like the worst possible place you could meet her. Ooh, although Gio might just do me a favour here. Ah, you prat.
Guess not.
I was catching him coming up to DRS line, but he just let me pass before detection point. So I bet he got DRS off me. Ooh, Hamilton into the pits behind you, that's interesting.
So is Vettel. But, yeah, I mean, to go back to the incident, I think they should, like I said, I think they should both get...
I'd put it, I mean, my personal viewpoint, I try to take as much of my personal bias out of it as I can do. I saw it as a racing thing with maybe slight bias towards Lewis in that he didn't leave a car's width. For a car that was hit, you know, his front wing was visible on Lewis's camera, which means he was a good deal forwards. He didn't throw the car in from 300 yards back.
Yeah, no, he was there. You could see it. But like I said,
if he'd turned round and just given both a slap on the wrist and said, "Don't do it again," I'd have accepted that as. Yeah,
I would have done. But
to give Max, which, although the only sort of saving grace, Sochi, maybe that's. There's yellow flags. Oh no, they've just cleared. Maybe it's a chance to Max to take his engine penalty and just take both out of the way in one go.
Depends what Red Bull will do.
See how qualifying goes. If he qualifies first and starts fourth, I wouldn't, but if he doesn't qualify well, I'd take the engine penalty. He's starting from the back anyway.
It's not going to do him any favours, because...
Yeah, but if he can do what Bottas did...
Yeah, if he can do what Bottas did, but the problem is you've then got you've still got Hamilton in the equation.
Yeah, but we know they're going to have to take that penalty at some point.
Yeah.
That engine, they're going to need to change engines at some point. We reckon Hamilton is as well.
It wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me if they don't change for Sochi.
Which, if they do that, Red Bull might as well do it as well. Get it out of the way. Because by that you sort of nullify the penalty he's got from this race.
Yeah. like I say, I think they both should have got slapped with a penalty there.
But then we had the safety car while they cleared that up, and then coming back out of that safety car, wow, it got a bit scrappy.
Two-way got scrappy.
Like I say, the two Hasses managed to run into each other.
Yeah. Then Alonso was picking fights, and then...
Poor Vettel was in the wars with everybody.
Yeah. He just wasn't having a fun time out there.
Perez kind of rode his luck and it caught him out because he didn't give the place back.
Yeah, but he didn't actually. The thing was, I don't understand why they gave him the 5-second penalty, because they did. Yes, he knows that he's got to give the place back, but the race control didn't even tell the team to tell him. So there was a bit of a breakdown there, because usually...
Well, no, normally I think these days they kind of expect the teams to realise and to...
Yeah, but they were at the...
Because he had the same thing in the sprint, didn't he?
Yeah, but the FIA was asked. The FIA was asked by the team. And they basically ignored them. So that's why they weren't so sure. It was clear, definitely he gained the advantage. Sort of thing, but it was a bit of a slap.
Yeah.
To them to basically... You know, they could have spoke up, the FIA, but they just kept... Well, they were probably too busy looking at other shit.
Dissecting everything else.
I mean, Norris...
And then we had the Perez-Bottas in sort of battle where I think Perez actually drove that so well because he watched Bottas pass him, realised he was never going to make the next set of corners. Let him make his mistake and then drove back round him.
Yeah.
Which, brilliant move.
Mm. Oh yeah. Perez
God,
is...
I'm catching a right gaggle of cars here.
Perez is good in that way. He's good at tyre management, but sometimes he tries a little too hard and comes unstuck.
Why was my controller flashing there?
Uh-oh. Your battery low?
No, I'm plugged in.
That's weird.
Apparently I've got some bodywork damage, but I've no idea where from.
Curb?
I've no idea, I didn't think I was... I had Leclerc behind me, if he ran into... Leclerc's pitted, I reckon he ran into the back of me.
Into the back of you?
Yeah, and the back of me. English motherfucker, do you speak it? Huh? Yeah, I reckon Leclerc must have run into the back of me.
Ah. So what have
I'll
you
check
got?
the race director later.
What have you actually got damage?
I can't see many different colours looking at the chart.
Yeah, Leclerc's pit.
Yeah, actually my rear wing and rear diffuser, they're not a lot different, it's not a huge amount, but they do look slightly darker green than a lot of my other stuff.
That's your... interesting.
What's
that could slightly cause, if it's not too much, that could still slightly cause you a little bit of issues there.
It doesn't feel any different for now, and if you look at the gap I've got over here. I'm not worried about, I don't think I've used DRS once this race.
No, I've got a gap over Bottas and Norris where I could pit comfortably, chuck the bloody set of softs on and screw your fastest lap over.
Could you?
Probably.
Could you?
I could.
Go for it if you think you're hard enough.
Right, come in at the end of this lap.
Fucking you. As soon as you said could you, I thought, yeah, I know fucking exactly what you're fucking doing.
I've been thinking, I had my next tyre set to softs for about 3 laps. And I've been umming and ahhing on it.
Wrong tyres.
Have you put some mediums on?
Yep.
Yeah, you have.
Bollocks. Oh well.
I've been thinking about it since about lap 18. I was just trying to work out just how far a set of soft would be able to get me. I wish...
You wish what?
Sorry, apparently my side pods have taken a little... I must be curbs. I wish there was somewhere the game would tell you the life expectancy of...
A tyre, yeah.
I know it tells you, like, in the pits in qualifying.
Hmm.
But I wish we were in the race you could say, Jeff, how long will a set of softs last? 8 laps. Okay. Just so you could have that information.
Well, usually it's about 9 laps if... I don't know, because they
sort of scale with the race distance.
Yeah, but they also scale with like track temperatures and all that crap.
Yeah.
Which doesn't get taken really into account in this game, I don't think. But they must do.
But just a rough idea, it could say, soft tyres last 8 to 11 laps. And you'd know, and it just gives you the chance to think like we do on strategies.
Yeah.
Honestly, you've got the time to pit again and try and put the softs on and still have a go if you really want to. You've enough of a gap over the guy behind you.
I know I have. Have I got damage anywhere? Because I just... No. Okay.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
5 laps of fuel remaining. That's good. Jeff's only 3 laps of race left.
I don't know. It's like, you know, fair play to McLaren for winning for the
like I say, you're a McLaren fan. I appreciate that they are a historical team. I won't go and say I'm a fan of theirs, but I'm not against them. But to see that team that to me for the last few years has been a little bit of a joke,
20.9 seconds.
especially through that Honda engined era.
Yeah.
For them to come out today and score a 1-2, it's going to be such a great morale boost for the team.
Yeah. Well, the packing Merc engines anyways.
That's it, they got a Merc donkey. That McLaren, I say, Norris has been driving the seat out of that car all year.
Yeah.
You know, to see Danny Rick sort of come back
Yeah.
to form.
And I'm hoping that it... Yeah, I'm not going to beat that. I won't beat that, I don't think, now. Because I'm on the wrong tyre.
Like I say, you could still pit and change again if you wanted to.
No point. No, there's no point.
I've just caught the big train of back markers that I just passed before I pitted.
I'm hoping this is the start of something for Danny Rick now. Hoping this has done him what he needs. I mean, it seems like he's been battling, not to sound horrible, it just seems he's seemed to have battled his demons and pushed them aside.
Yeah. Well, he was talking after the race and he was saying about how he's not seen his family in over a year.
Yeah.
Due to the COVID, due to probably not being able to fly home the same. And I can imagine that's not easy, even for them lads.
Yeah.
It doesn't help, obviously, being an Australian, that his family are like a full day's flight away. You know, it's alright for the European lads, because getting back home isn't that difficult.
No.
Especially when there's only a week between races, there'd be no point in Danny Rick trying to get home.
No.
Because by the time he'd flown back to racing, you'd probably get about a day actually in Australia.
Well, it's 24 hours.
Yeah.
Flight time.
You know, so he's got that to deal with. He's got...
Sort of been outshone by Lando.
I mean, he left Red Bull because he got absolutely outshone by...
Yeah.
By Max, wasn't he? You know, it was... But let's not forget, Vettel left Red Bull because Ricciardo absolutely...
Yeah.
Blew him out the water, you know.
I went back and watched that thing the other night.
That thing?
Dragon thing.
Oh. I told you, anyone who's not watched it, it's called something like, is it Drive the Dragon?
Yeah.
It's an old Red Bull promo when Seb was there, and Seb looking about 14. Proving that the world of acting isn't for him, so it's a good job he's a racing driver. Well, he's like, you don't see all the pictures of him dressed up as James Bond when he was announced for Aston Martin?
Yeah.
Of course, they were carrying the 007 livery this weekend, weren't they, for the film?
Yeah, because that's out. Or coming out.
I haven't actually seen a definite date for it yet. Because it is one I want to go to pictures to see, because I do like Bond films for what they are. I've just lapped 9th place.
Yeah. I do like the Bond films, but...
You've got to take them in a slightly light-hearted...
Yeah.
Because that's what they are. But they're enjoyable.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've got... Like I said, the only DVDs... The only DVD I am missing out of my collection is probably Spectre.
This is your final lap of the race.
At the moment. We haven't had any other Bond... No, we haven't had any other Bond movies other than Spectre.
I think Spectre was the last one, and this one was What's this one? No Time to Die or something like that?
I have no idea. Isn't this Daniel Craig's last movie?
Yeah, but they said that about the last one.
No, I think this is his last. I think that's what he said, this is his last. I mean, you can only do so many Bond movies with Bond before.
Pulling out a second lap on the car behind.
Well, no, because they've sort of tied the last few all together, and they've done that whole...
Well, because there was Casino Royale and then Skyfall.
Casino Royale.
Yeah. Well, there is a spoof version.
Which Casino Royale was actually a throwback, because the first ever film
was a
to
spoof.
feature James Bond was Casino Royale.
The spoof.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was not actually a Bond film.
It wasn't a Bond.
It featured James Bond.
Yeah. It was.
Thank you. I need a moment.
It's. Have you ever seen it?
No, I haven't actually.
You should give it a watch. It's typical spoof cheesiness.
Oh, so it's my kind of film then.
Yeah, it is. Actually,
Because
like
you know my average sort of film is
Airplane.
spoof cheesiness. Oh yeah, Airplane, Naked
Naked Gun.
Hot Shots.
Hot Shots was the Top Gun, wasn't it?
The Top Gun piss take with Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And then the second one where they're saving Rowan Atkinson who can't, and he's fighting Saddam Hussein who melts into the floor. Then comes back with dog ears.
Yeah. What were you going to say then?
Rowan Atkinson who can't escape prison because they've tied his shoelaces together.
Yeah.
Then at the end he's trying to take the picture of them both and falls off the cliff. Stop moving, you two!
Yeah.
team will be very happy with today's performance and the final result.
But yeah,
I think we've covered most of the race stuff. I mean, obviously we've now
Are
got
you
a
in a
2-week
wind tunnel?
break. Sorry, I'm sat in front of my fan.
yeah, you just towards the end of that race, I started to get the wind.
I moved across to grab my
Right.
grab my drink. I'll go back now. Plus, as well, I'm sat in a hard chair. If I don't move periodically, my ass goes to sleep.
Race director. Kimmy.
There's no int.
Kimmy, there was a collision with Alonso. You got corner cut in. Ocon was mechanical, and you exceeding track limits.
Leclerc didn't get a warning, but he did have to pit for a front wing on lap 20. So I reckon he ran into the back of me.
Yeah. But that's pretty clean race.
Wasn't bad, was it? Even with the 3-second penalty, I still got a comfortable win.
But yeah, no, we have covered more. We've covered the race. I mean, there wasn't really a lot else we can say apart from. Yeah.
Hang on, look at the result. Hang on, look at how you cover people. Bottas 3rd, Verstappen 4th, Ricciardo 5th, Hamilton 6th.
Yeah. Yeah, it just seems weird because Bottas seems to be getting better than Hamilton at the minute on this. But yeah, I mean, we've covered.
Do we want to do practice and quali for the next one and then call it? I don't think we'll get a race in, but looking at the time, but we can get practice and quali in.
We'll just keep going then. Well.
But yeah, it was a good race. I mean, we didn't want to see what the accident we saw, and we're glad everybody got out of it unhurt. Despite your opinions on Hamilton, anybody watching, we do not wish harm on a driver, no matter if you don't like him. You know, we don't want to see.
Well, it's not that we don't like Hamilton. It's just he. Sometimes I just feel like he gets away with too much. More than he should do.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got an interesting race than the next one going in, haven't we?
Why, what is it?
Austrian Grand Prix.
Oh, nice.
At least we haven't got Kaufman this time.
Like I say, we'll do quali, we'll do
qualifying.
practices, and then we'll do the race next time.
Yeah.
Because did we find out is Alan on tomorrow night? Do we know?
No idea. No idea. Because I was going to do the division anyways. Because kind of need to...
Okay, we've had the new parts come through the fabrication process. We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
Oh yeah, I've better do that then. Whoops.
What did you do?
No, I just came up, replaced gearbox. Yes, I better do that. I forgot I had to change the gearbox after this one. I'm only on my second gearbox.
Yeah, well, no, you don't have to, but they've done their races.
Yeah, I'm not taking any...
mine's only 51% one. I might leave mine in for one more race just because it helps. Could help me further down the...
That's the thing is, mine's... It's only 45, but...
I'd leave it one more race. At least one more race. Just because it pushes you one further towards the end. Because don't forget, we've 21 races and we're only supposed to use 3 gearboxes.
Yeah, true.
So at least if you can push yours a couple more...
True.
Then he's going to push a bit later on. Because tech to change, weak tracks, I'd say. Oh.
As long as I've got a new gearbox from Monza. Gonna need it for there.
Just my opinion, if you can, try and get 7 or 8 races out of each gearbox. And then you'll do it without incurring a penalty, whereas if you only get 6,
Yeah.
you have to put a 4th one in with a couple of races to go.
True.
I don't know why I'm helping you. No, put a new gearbox in. Put 2 in.
But, as we were saying, yeah, as much as we sort of...
Wow. Oh, qualifying could be fun.
Oh, suck the fucking race. It's not actually giving me any weather forecast yet.
Oh, it's giving me him.
Yeah, it is on there. It's giving you sunny, practice 2, practice 3 quali, but it's not actually giving you in the messages like it normally does yet.
Oh, I've got dry practice 1, wet practice 2, 3 quali, and race.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wet Austria.
Fuck's sake. At least it's not Spa.
We ain't got there yet.
No. Not yet. Yeah, as much as we don't want to see drivers
get
hurt, you know, a lot of people, they'll be like, oh, well, there's a lot of the Hamilton fans will have turned around and said, oh, well, yeah, that's Max's fault. But...
And the Max fans turn around and say, it's Hamilton's fault, because that's how people are.
Yeah. But at the end of the day,
like I say, I try and look at it from as neutral a standpoint as I can manage.
Yeah, but I've got 2 practice sessions to start getting shit done because I'm struggling now. At the end of the day, like I said, I'm a Red Bull and McLaren fan. They're both at fault, in my view, for that.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not, like I say, yes, I'm a Max and Perez fan, but I could have said, oh yeah, it's all, Hamilton squeezed him, blah, 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 you know. But once you actually look at the incident a few times, you sit there and think, well, no, because yes, Hamilton squeezed him, Max could have backed out, but either way, Max was going into Hamilton either way you look at it.
Yeah.
Because if he'd have cut across, it'd have still gone into the side of Hamilton.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
So... But at the end of the day, Max shouldn't have got the penalty. They both should have got the penalty.
Yeah. Yeah, I would go with that. Like I say, if they just choked down to racing incident and just slapped them both on the wrist, I'd have gone with that.
Well, yeah, that's fair enough. If that had been that, that's a fair point. But not to just give Max a penalty and... What?
Well, no, I'm just laughing because we've got the report that it's absolutely pissing it down, haven't we?
Yeah.
One of my... You know, it tells you to, like, get these bonuses, you've got to do certain things.
Hmm.
One of mine is activate DRS in all zones. Well, if you're actually pissing it down, I ain't going to do that, am I?
Oh.
You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
If it's pissing it down, right, I've got all my bonuses.
Are you lucky? I'm right now is I've got one more to get, but I've got a couple to get on.
Oh, I've got all I need to do now basically is the stuff I need just 100% to get all my.
No, I've got development boosts I need to get.
I have no development boost. I'm just going for resource points.
I've got 2 lots of resource points to get, but in the middle I do have to get thingy. I do have to get.
But it just made me laugh because if the session was as wet as that sign was telling me it is, I would not be able to activate DRS.
No.
Yeah, we've got 20 races in this season. Now, if each race has to do, if each gearbox has to do 6, do the maths. That's 6, 12, 18.
Well, yeah.
So if you can get one extra race out of each gearbox, that's 7, 14, 21.
Yeah, but if...
Boom, no penalties.
I mean, unlike the real calendar, Turkey's now looking sketch.
And okay, let's be honest, the way we've raced, we've both had... I mean, I've no doubt after my crash at Baku, I'd need probably a new gearbox. You'd possibly need one after Baku.
Yeah.
So in real life, we've probably been in a worse position, but luckily the game doesn't quite do simulation that way.
Hmm. Well, Turkey's looking sketchy.
Hmm.
America's looking sketchy.
Yeah.
So you don't know what the frick's going on right now.
That I am finished.
I've got one more to
5
get.
out of 5 on everything.
Got one more to get. Come on, game, seriously. It's only resource points, but there we go. 5 out of 5 and done with 4 minutes and on the left. Fucking hell.
I was done with about half an hour left. I think my team had whipped the barbecue out.
Hmm. Yeah, but...
Okay, the pissing down rain, but they'd whipped the barbecue out.
Well, they could play petanque like the Marshals did at Spa in the pissing rain.
Oh, I still can't also never forget Canada when the pit crews were making boats.
And floating them down the pit lane.
Yeah, Red Bull won because the cans floated well. That's why, did you notice, by the way, in all the interviews after the race, Max was drinking a can of Red Bull?
Yeah.
Now, whether it actually had Red Bull in it or not, I would honestly question. Because those guys will be on such a freaking controlled diet.
Yeah, I know.
So it was probably full of water or some sports.
It was some sort of...
But the fact that every interview he started by taking a swig out of a Red Bull can.
Product placement.
Yeah. Well, I do, because I was sat watching race with my mother, and I tell her, it showed you a shot of the Red Bull pit, and there was a fridge full of cans.
Hmm.
I was like, sod the rest of it, I want that fridge.
Yeah.
I'd love that fridge, just a fridge full of Red Bull. That'd be me happy. That'd be the only good part about driving for Red Bull. I wouldn't have to buy the stuff anymore.
Yeah, I know.
God, sometimes I think it'd be cheaper to be addicted to cocaine.
I like Red Bull. I do.
Oh, I do. I just never got on with Monster or anything like that.
I like Monster. Oh, this is the decision.
Trouble is, we can't even sort of look at the track, can we?
No.
Well, we know it's going to be wet for the race, so... If the game is suggesting inters, I'm willing to...
I kind of usually do, but I don't know here.
Sod it, let's go for it.
Oh. This isn't interweather.
Have faith, young Padawan.
The force is not strong with this one.
These are not the droids I'm looking for. Wait. Steady on, girl.
Come on, you fucking pain in the ass.
Alan's not here.
Oh look, there's the David spin corner. Apart from he knows now exactly where I am. Oh, ho, ho. Nah, not got it. Not got it. Not got it.
I think I did. Yeah, I've got P1 on the dash. Wasn't the cleanest lap I've ever driven either.
Wasn't the cleanest lap I've ever driven. I think I got P2. Couldn't see it.
Yes, you did.
Fucking did.
Oh, look at the gap.
Yeah, I had a little bit of a moment.
Oh, I had a couple. I had one at the. I had a couple, but look at the gap between us.
What?
0.099.
Well, unfortunately,
and a good 2 seconds clear of everybody else.
Which is good. Yeah, it was kind of a good choice going into this then.
And it gave it a wet race, so I actually ran increased downforce.
Hamilton.
Oh, they give the races being wet. What?
Hamilton, Bottas, Norris, Max, and Danny Rick. Leclerc, Sainz, Gasly at the top 10.
But you'll have to tune in next time to find out how it goes, folks.
Yeah, you will.
That's all, folks.
Yeah. So, okay. Question is though, come contract time, guys, will he stay at Aston? Will he bugger off to McLaren? Will he bugger off? Will he? If he doesn't Alan, I'll be pissed.
What's that?
Alan got rumoured to go to Merc and ends up fucking off to Merc, doesn't he, in our career? So I'm now in Red Bull as well. Alan's in a Merc, and it's
just
like
just wait till I'm winning races in a Haas.
All right. I think we can call that a successful qualifying.
Yeah.
We should be in with
Well,
good chance
the
of
contracts. When's our contracts? Where the fuck are the contracts? It might not tell us here, it'll be Team HQ, damn it. In Team HQ, when you go into corporate,
yeah,
it tells you. So, hang on. So I've just gone at the messages and looked here. The race apparently starts cloudy, sun, cloudy, rain.
Yeah.
Towards the back end of the race. Now, is it worth doing something stupid and both going on a set of fucking hards?
You'll find out next time.
Problem is, there's no point even. There's no point probably even going on hards, because even if you did, you just quit out at the wrong time.
Yeah. Well, no, we're jumping out anyway, aren't we?
In a minute, yeah. I'm just doing my R&D while I was still talking. But yeah, even if you go on even if you got on hards, as long as they could get you to somewhere near a crossover point, who knows? But yeah, anyways, we're going to end this one here, so thank you for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Don't forget you can follow us on Twitch. All links are in the description, and we shall see you next time, so until then.
So long, and thanks for all the tyres.
Goodbye for now.